As it got closer to Halloween, the engine started to tell stories about ghosts, demons, and other creepy creatures. The engine raced away from the ghost. He rushed into a shed and bumped into the buffers. His eyes darted. He stayed there for weeks. That's not scary. How about you try to do better then? Suggested Edward. Right then. A long time ago there was a tank engine. He was busy, rude, and careless. He worked alongside another engine, who I'll refer to as Jan. Jan was the opposite of the tank engine in personality, and was a tender engine. One day the two had just prepared some trucks. The tank engine was being careless and began to reverse. Let's just say, Dan met his end that day. The tank engine tried to cover it up. This, of course, didn't work. The manager scolded him, but he showed no remorse. He was sent away and never seen again. I told you not to speak of that, yelled Edward. It actually happened. I doubt that, said James. Just then the Titmouth Yard manager arrived. James and Edward, you're in steam. We need you to help out at the restoration of the old station. Jock, you help too. Yes, sir. They all replied. I'll meet you there, said Duck. The yard manager walked away. James and Edward were on their way to the very old station. Let's stop here. Oh, this place is very dirty. No wonder they're getting this under renovation. Let's get straight to work. Right then. James was very tired and upset. So yes, let's just start over there and... Who are they? Hello? Edward yelled, but he got no response. Who are you? Well, what's all the ruckus for, Edward? I'm just trying to... James blew his whistle multiple times to get their attention. Hello? His voice echoed. Is anyone there? Where have they gone? I think we should go. Very much now. Just then, Duck arrived. What's all the ruckus for? I came as quick as I could when I heard James's whistle. Oh, Duck, just the engine. Did you see any, passerbyers on your travels? Passerbyers? Why do you ask? Basically, me and Edward, we were just talking about how dirty this old station was, and then Edward noticed two engines, and then I also noticed them,
and they whistled at us, so I whistled at them to try and get their attention, and it didn't,
Maybe you were just hallucinating. It is very late at night. How about we go back to Titmoth Church and have a rest? Let's just say, unfortunately, none of the 3 engines had any good sleep last night. But the next day in the early morning, a certain tank engine arrived on the island. Just as beautiful as I remember it. I sure do agree, said Stepney's driver. When Stepney arrived in Knapford, he had the fortune of meeting Neville. How are you doing, Stepney? I'm doing very well, actually. That's very good to hear, but I need to get my goods train and go to Abbey Station. Have safe travels, then. I will, Stepney. What a nice engine he was. Stepney's driver got back from his break and went towards Stepney to tell him some news. Stepney, we have a job to do. We have to go to Marin Station to meet up with, Duck. Marin Station? Oh, I remember that. That was such a nice place. Stepney's driver quickly went to get coal and went back into Stepney, and they set off. But Stepney got diverted on the main line. Oh God, I can't stop! Ow! Ah. Mikey, stop! He found himself at the old Marin. Driver, are you there? He got no response. Turns out his driver jumped clear before he entered the old Marin. He wished he could reverse because his brake lamp was on, but then he saw something. While all this was happening, Stepney's driver had ran all the way to Knapford. James, I need you a minute. We need you down at the old Marin Station. I refuse to go there after what happened. I only go there with other engines. Leaves just you, Gordon. I suppose I can head off with you. Stepney's driver went into Gordon's cab. This way. Yes. Come on out wherever you are, Stepney. I have all day. And he waited all day. Oh, I'm so close to giving up. But then he saw the faint silhouette of an engine. He chuffed slowly toward it. Stepney? Is that you? He noticed something different about Stepney. There's something off about you. You're not smiling. Stepney had a very blank expression on his face. Stepney, are you... Do you want to see my friend? It's like Stepney had lost all sense of respect and talked over Gordon. Friend? Who's that? The name's Jan. What's yours? Actually, before you reply, you need to know that I'm nice. That I'm the nice ghost.
The nice ghost? Why are you holding Stepney captive? Because Stepney is my friend. He was scared when he first saw me, but then I got closer to him and talked to him, and now we're great friends. But don't go on the bad side of the ghost of 16. He's really not nice. Sure. Now, I'll just take Stepney from you for a bit. Okay. But please bring him back. Gordon chuffed into Knapford Sheds with Stepney. Oh look, we've got Daddy Gordon and little son Stepney. I found him hanging about with some ghost. It was very strange. I'm sorry about that. Stepney chuffed into a berth and tried to fall asleep. Honestly, James, I can't stand him. Meanwhile, something had appeared at the old Marin station. The Titbith Yard manager arrived with urgent news. James and Edward, we need you back down at the old Baron station immediately. Something that does not belong on this island has been spotted there. I don't want to go to the old Baron station. Sure, we'll go. So James and Edward set off for the old Baron. Well, you finally caught me. So, which one am I going to go for first? James! You shall put up a good fight, but I'll come back bigger and harder next year. Edward and James took that as a sturdy warning and quickly chuffed away. We should have left this part of the island alone.